Are you able to give us a bit more detail about those skill enablers then and those families and what they actually mean? It's nice just to come up with general broad terms, but
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, how do they break down?
I think it's going to be ironic starting with the thinking skill enabling family. So this sort of encompasses things like your curiosity, creativity, your ability to make decisions and problem solve and these types of things. And so I think through our assessment, we're able to really get to the core of, how is someone processing something and then coming up with, a response in line with these sort of, I guess you could call them behaviours, tendencies, abilities. And I think these are the things that someone possesses and then they can grow and develop them into skills. People always say, we want someone with critical thinking skills that can make really good decisions. And so I think we're able to really measure that in a person. And that's something that someone has, now and can present in the future and further develop. So that's thinking style.
And so just on that, a lot richer then than the old way. Luke referred to earlier the traditional view of you had personality and you had ability, and I'd say never the two shall meet, but they were two separate categories. Whereas what you're describing here is, oddly enough, I think what we all probably feel intuitively is how we bring our whole self to the workplace. It's not just a case of, I'm good at numerical reasoning. Actually, it's the way I problem solve. It's the way that I process information. So I suppose what you're sharing there is a much richer perspective of the thinking style we bring to the workplace than just a straight intelligence style, cognitive ability or IQ style.
Yeah, and I think we kind of see that a little bit already when we look at like openness to experience. That's kind of always been very closely linked to intelligence. That sort of intellectual engagement and that curiosity to learn more about something, and so that's always kind of been there. It's almost just not been tapped into enough, and that realization of that's probably because personality and cognitive ability are so closely
intertwined, exactly, because, rather than separate.
Yeah, it's the way we're perceiving things in our environment. Our brain is processing things and producing responses. That's at the core of it, really.
Yes.
But then obviously through like the Big Five, we've obviously added a lot of language around that and descriptions, more of the behaviour side. And so then I think this segregation's happened between the two. But yeah, I think with the thinking skill enabling family, it's kind of bringing that together. I mean, across all of the skill enabling families really, but I think thinking where it is a little bit more about the problem solving and the critical thinking, which is always typically associated with intelligence.
Yes.
Kind of just bringing that personality element in as well.
Yes.